Hi, everybody. First off, I'm just going to take a quick moment to acknowledge how absolutely beautiful the river is. I mean, it looks so lovely, so lovely. And I'm lucky to be able to share it with all of you. So very lucky. Wonderful. Very happy to see it. Mm. I hope you are doing marvelous today. Oh, I can see that the recently melted snow has definitely caused the river, the water level to rise. But I guess that's just what happens, right? That's life. Quick visual descriptor: I have long brown hair, glasses, black coat and hood, a blue overcoat, coffee cup in hand. We have the river and a little bit of snow, not much snow, just a little bit of snow behind us. The tree line, rainy day. There is some sun behind those clouds. We just don't see it quite yet. And that's okay. That's okay. I hope you have your coffee or tea, whatever it may be. I hope you are doing absolutely wonderful. Get your cuppa, warm or cold, sweet or bitter or however your beverage suits your day. That's the thing that is true about so many things we do. You know, it really needs to improve your day, no one else's, your day. Don't consider how what makes you happy. Um, well, don't consider what other people think will make you happy. Think about what will make you happy and what you enjoy, and go for it instead. Now, morning over there. I'm joining you on Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube right now. Coming through Restream. If you ever look into live streaming, I highly recommend Restream. Mostly because I personally like the features, but there's a lot of other services out there. The great thing about it is you can go ahead and send your stream out to a whole bunch of different people all at the same time. It's so much fun. So, good day, everyone. And thank you for the comments. Have a little sip here. Hopefully, you have your cuppa in hand. There is sometimes an extra push. And I realize not everywhere, but there is an extra push for us to look at people who do what we do as competition. You see it a lot in business, you see it a lot in jobs, see it a lot in certain fields. Obviously, if you're an athlete or you play on a sports team of some sort, competition is almost the root of your occupation. And if you're talking about highly competitive work environments, again, it's normal for certain things to be competition. But the problem is, or the problem I have, is the push to have that competitive mindset in more jobs, making who should be your peers into almost adversaries. And it's not a good way to go about things. You Depending on whether or not you're working as a solo creator or you're working in a creative job in a company, maybe you work in an arts department somewhere, or maybe you just write up copy and blogs or articles for your company or any other number of things. But if you're in a creative job, it really isn't going to be of benefit to consider other people who do what you do as competition. More useful, I believe, would be considering those people as those you can cooperate with, those that you can collaborate with, those that you can learn from. And no matter how long you've been in your field, no matter how long you've been creating or working as you do, you never know everything. And you don't know what someone else could actually provide with knowledge, information, or just a different perspective. And the same thing's going to be obviously for them. You know, you could meet someone who's, say, just started doing digital art in a couple of years ago. Maybe they're fresh out of some sort of college course or whatnot, and they've just jumped into what they're doing. And maybe you've been doing it for many years, and through conversation, you realize they know things that you don't. Great opportunity to learn. But we definitely need to step away from viewing our peers as our competitors. As an artist, as a writer, as an author, and as a filmmaker, I realize that everyone who does what I do, everyone in my creative fields, you know, they're just people to learn from. And there isn't always a competitive nature to it, but on a business level, they do put us into competition with one another, creating specific titlings and whatnot for best, top tens and things like that, for, best this, best that. These categorizations, I completely understand why they're there, and they're wonderful because it allows us to be recognized for our skills. But outside of that specific framework, we shouldn't be in competition. We shouldn't be adversaries or trying to work against one another. Now, depending on what you're doing with your life, what creativity you're putting out, or what your work is, what your passion is, there is a possibility that you have encountered this competitive mindset, this drive to thrive. I don't want to discourage it as completely unfounded or without value, but I do want to discourage the spreading of the competitive mindset. We most certainly should be cooperating with one another, learning from one another, growing as communities, as groups, growing in our skills, and putting out to others that we're open and willing to learn from each other and to cooperate with each other, support one another. We'll sit here. The primary thought of the day is truly that we're all a team, all of us, even people who aren't in your field. If you're a painter and you need a writer, well, obviously you're not in competition, but you're in the same team. You're both putting something out there for the world, creating something you enjoy, making something beautiful you want to share. And if you're a live streamer, all the other live streamers, even if they're doing something that's in the same vein as you, they're part of your team. And even if they're doing something that has nothing related to what you do, you're on the same team. So let's move forward with more cooperation, more support for one another, regardless of how similar or different what we do is. I just want to say you deserve an extra cup of today, coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Definitely get one. Uh, I think I deserve an extra cup of myself. Something warm, something good. This tastes awful nice right now. Just going to take a moment to talk to you about my upcoming abstract art workshop. The Art of Feeling and Abstract Expression Art Workshop. The first one is going to be on March 19th. That's on a Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and going until 2 p.m. Now, it's a wonderful chance for us to get together as a group, for you to potentially get into art for the first time, or just learn a new skill, or just engage in a passion that maybe you already have and you've been doing for some time. Whether you're a brand new artist or a very well seasoned artist, this workshop is going to be wonderful for you. A chance to get together with a group, to learn a few techniques, a few practices, but also to be able to follow your feelings and your expressions and create something truly marvelous together with the rest of the group in the workshop. And we're going to have a really, really good time. Now, I had some questions on a previous stream where I talked about this, so I just want to address some things really quick. Number one, yes, I have a suggested list of paintbrushes and a link where you can get said paintbrushes available on the Eventbrite listing. But if you don't have all those brushes, or if you can't get all those brushes, or if you already have like a set of watercolor brushes, there's some basic brushes at home, and maybe you just want to come with a few brushes, that's fine. You want to stop by a store near where you live and you want to just pick up a $3 pack of brushes or $1 pack of brushes and bring them, that's okay. Any brushes are wonderful. It doesn't have to be just the ones that are suggested. Yes, I'll be using those and making references to them. But the fun thing is, if you bring different brushes, you can try everything that we're doing from a different perspective and with different tools, while still following along with the group and following your own feelings and expressions. Another thing, so this is your number two, I do have a suggestion for paints. Again, there's going to be a link on the Eventbrite listing where you can go and pick up a specific grouping of paints. However, if you just have some watercolors, or you have some paints already, or again, you want to stop by a local store and pick up a little thing for like a couple dollars of paints, no matter what they are, that's fine. Do that. Paint is paint. Brushes are brushes. Again, I recommend canvas board in the Eventbrite listing, or stretched canvas. But if you have paper, or you just want to use what you have in the home or a notebook, that's fine. And I just wanted to address that really quick. So even if you do not have the materials I suggest, or you don't have the time to get those, or if you'd rather use something that you already have, it's perfectly fine. So go ahead, whatever you have, whatever you want to get, it's perfectly fine. Now, there's going to be a link somewhere nearby, depending on where you're joining me, to the Eventbrite, where you can get your tickets for the Art of Feeling. And oh yes, just to address that really quick, palette. You can get a very basic palette, many different places. I actually know that what is it? The places like, if you have a local Dollar General or or Family Dollar or a store like that near you, they usually have little quick, easy pallets you can pick up. Or you can do what I used to do some time ago. I actually took the side of a cardboard box and I cut a hole in it just so I could put my thumb through. And I used the side of a cardboard box before as a pallet, so be creative. And again, there is a suggested palette in the link that you can go to that I provide. Pick up a palette, but if you have a palette, or if you just want to pick up a really simple one because it's your first time, or anything else like that, go ahead. That's fine. All right. Creativity it's just that. It's creativity. You're welcome. Thank you for your comments, and thank you everyone for joining me. I see people still coming through on LinkedIn and Twitch. You're wonderful. Thank you for being here. So yes, please consider coming to one of the art workshops. The full calendar is actually available. So if you click on the link, the Eventbrite link, go over there and select a date. You're going to see when all the different dates are, but it's every third Saturday of the month for the rest of the year. Now, get yourself a cuppa, or finish yours up if you have one in hand, or drink it slow. Enjoy it however you enjoy it. And to end off on a high note, let's all just remember we're on the same team. Cooperate, collaborate. You be excellent. Stay awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll talk to you all again real soon. I am out of here, though. You have a wonderful day. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye, everybody.